The question is how multiculturalism like influenced my work. Well, so I was born and raised in bikini-clad Brazil, and then I moved here, and I've been here for a little over half of my life, and I grew up in a pretty disciplinary Korean household. I actually felt much more prejudice from the Koreans in Brazil. Perhaps because it was a smaller community, so everything was a little bit more micromanaged. But my parents were divorced, and I felt that was a huge deal. So unlike Kevin, I was actually a really bad girl. I mean, I just, I skipped classes, and I was just doing my thing, and I hung out much more with Brazilians. And then moving here, I ended up getting married to an Israeli, so גם אני מדברת עברית. So then there was that. There was the Hebrew, and that was very interesting because I do identify, because they totally embraced me as part of them, and then in return you just want to be sort of Jewish.
Lo Shana Tova.
Chag Sameach. The advantage at the end actually is that you have all these exposures, and you sort of have a better grasp of what suits you from each one of them. And I tailor clothes with that same format. I just tailor my expectations from each culture, and I draw what I think is best from each one, because I have, at the same time that I am part of it, I am not. So it's a little bit easier for me. From the Brazilian upbringing, there's a lot of the sensuality and the femininity and sort of like the natural flavor that comes with a culture. I take that. And then from my Asian upbringing, which it was a little bit more disciplinary, I take that. And part of it is also using it to be more entrepreneurial. Definitely comes from my Korean side. And then here is just, it's America, everything is sort of pragmatic and practical. So just the abundance of influences, I just sort of take bits and pieces of what I think is attractive, appropriate, and I just make my own concoction.